CD Projekt Red. What happened? It used to be a rock, a staple, a chosen one. The studio that made all others look like toddlers scribbling on a wall with crayons. And now, well, you're cooked. You're burnt to a crisp, toasted beyond nearly all recognition. Remember when The Witcher 3 launched and it was like the gaming equivalent of discovering fire? Nearly everyone was in awe, and CDPR had this incredible reputation. The studio that actually cared about gamers and delivered fantastic experiences. But now, fast forward to the end of 2024, and the only experience CDPR is handing out is apparently secondhand embarrassment. So let's talk about the brain drain happening over at CD Projekt Red. So recently, the directors behind the Witcher games packed up their bags and said, you know what, screw this shit, and started their own studio. Yeah, that's right. The people who made The Witcher great just literally Thanos snapped themselves out of the CDPR mess. Now, why would they do a thing like that? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because the studio's leadership has all the foresight of a blindfolded drunk redneck throwing darts while holding a beer in the other hand. And don't even get me started on Cyberpunk. This was supposed to be the next big thing for CDPR. A game that would redefine the genre. Instead, it redefined what it meant to be a flop spectacularly. Bugs, crashes, and Keanu Reeves looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. It was a beautiful disaster. But credit, of course, where credit is due. CDPR didn't just abandon the ship. They spent years patching the game, fixing countless bugs, and even adding significant content to make it at least a little closer to the masterpiece they promised us. So today, CDPR has made Cyberpunk 2077 a much better game and is almost unrecognizable compared to its launch. So, as I've said, credit where credit is due. Smash JT nailed it. CD Projekt Red is cooked. Overpromising and under-delivering has become their modus operandi. But it gets better. Not only are the talented folks leaving, but the ones who stayed seem determined to steer the ship right into an iceberg. Because, well, who needs talent when you've got checkboxes and hubris, right? And for those of you scratching your heads wondering how I can praise CDPR's Cyberpunk 2077 fixes while still roasting them, well, that's called a bit of nuance, and both can be true, my dudes and dude. And if you're still upset, maybe ask yourself why. You're so emotionally attached to a company, a corporation that doesn't know you exist or care. And if that's too hard to grasp, well, I hope you have a wonderful day, but I do hope you stick around. Now, according to that Park Place, these ex-directors are, well, they're opening their own rival game studio. Gee, you know, the absolute irony of that, the people who helped carry CDPR to the top are now competing against them. I see a little irony in that. It's like watching a high school band's star performers ditch the group and form a real band, leaving the drummer and the tambourine guy to run the show. And okay, well, good luck with that, I suppose. And the internet, or people in general, as always, is having a field day. And honestly, I can't blame them. Well, the biggest achievement lately is being a cautionary tale. You kind of deserve the roast, CDPR. Oh, yes, and of course, speaking of a little roasting, did anyone catch the Witcher 4 teaser trailer at the Game Awards? If not, don't worry. You didn't miss much, because in all honesty, the internet, or people in general, seem about as excited for it as they do another season of The Witcher on Netflix. Well, really, I didn't expect anything else, because who the fuck cares if there are beasts, evil forces, or the end of the world? No, we need to talk about the patriarchy. Apparently the lack of tampons in the hole in the middle of nowhere that used to be called the bathrooms. Now I'm starting to see why the Witcher directors left. So in The Witcher 4, apparently they think the next quest should involve gender equality seminars instead of slaying monsters. It's like trying to extinguish a grease fire with a can of hairspray. And of course there is more from CDPR. Apparently the Cyberpunk 2077 lore designer allegedly made some, shall we say, colorful remarks about gamers. And by colorful, I mean threatening to assault them. According to that Park Place, this particular genius of PR strategy involves hypothetical violence as a response to criticism, because nothing screams we value feedback like wanting to punch your audience in the face. Well, bravo, dumbass. Nothing says we love our fans like hypothetical violence. So, yeah, Witcher 4, maybe, just maybe, it'll be great. And that is completely and absolutely possible. Or maybe it'll be the gaming equivalent of gourmet food served on a trash can lid. Time will be the only way to tell. Either way, I'm here for the absolute chaos. But hey, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, CD Projekt Red can bounce back. Maybe their next game will be absolutely amazing. And we'll all forget about this messy few years. Or maybe, and hear me out here, they'll keep screwing up and the gaming world will have another studio to point and laugh at as it sinks into the cold, cold depths of ambiguity. Either way, it's gonna be kind of entertaining. So what do you think? Is CDPR done for? Or do they have at least one more epic comeback in them? What are your thoughts on the Witcher 4 trailer? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you think Ciri taking a Witcher potion was a bit much? Let me know, of course, in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, I don't know, roller coaster of sarcasm and roasting, smash the like button, subscribe to join our little crew of chaos, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Thank you for watching, and remember, the gaming industry never fails to entertain, just not in the way they intend to.